Grand Rising. This is Adeshina Shadar, Lady Indigo of Indigo Rising, Healing Through Wholeness. And we are in our first session, our virtual sister circle for 2024. We give thanks this morning for our life, our health, and our strength, for a mind that is clear and vibrant and able to receive all that is for us, and for an opportunity to evolve and grow and continue to experience life in abundance. We give thanks for spirit and the ancestors and all those guides and angels and folks from the other side that come and sit with us regularly and lend us their strength, lend us their wisdom and their grace. And we just thank them for the way they fill in the spaces and the places between us, and just offering up all the information that we need to succeed and to experience balance and harmony in our lives. I give thanks to each and every sister represented here this morning. And I pray a special prayer of healing, happiness, and hope over their lives. I give thanks to each and every sister that is represented here today in the mailing list. We have over 167 women who get the invitation to come to this Wednesday morning prayer and meditation. And I just extend love and light to each and every household, that they may be touched with a special blessing, that whatever they need may be attended to this morning. Spirit knows, and Spirit is with them on the breath, and that they continue to just be filled with love and light and hope and high vibrations. Ashe. I guess to give thanks for another opportunity to come together around the spiritual fire and discuss topics and to share and to be encouraged. And I thank Spirit this morning for all that is going to be revealed and downloaded into our spirits. Ashe. Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Good morning. Good morning, Miss Denise.
Good morning, Grand Rising.
Grand Rising. Our topic this morning is rest, reflect, and reset.
I like that.
It's all about what we talked about, maybe not last week, but the week before. Beginning, this is the time of going in and fine-tuning, finding those soft spaces to land, to write, and to listen for the wisdom and all the experiences that we've had throughout the year. We started out in the spring running with our plans, planting seeds, and creating opportunities and possibilities to fulfill. And then in the fall, in the summer, we worked that. We worked our harvest. We cultivated ourselves, and we cultivated our dreams, always pruning, always going in and releasing those things that are not serving us, to make room for the things that we need, pouring into ourselves, reading, getting any type of educational information, or sitting with people. Whatever we were doing, we were in full force in the summer, Ashe. And then the fall came, and we began to harvest everything that we were doing. We began to gather and hunt and fill up our storeroom. Again, purging out those things that are not serving us, going through and maybe adjusting our diet, adjusting the people that we were around, adjusting the things that we were doing every day to be more streamlined and to be more intentional, right? And so now here we are in the winter. We are in this time of hunkering down, eating very dense foods, being in warm, safe spaces. We're still cleansing our space with cinnamon and um, different herbs on the stove, in our teas. Just a time to now be quiet, um, write, um, listen, make phone calls, and encourage one another, and really just allow our bodies and our nervous systems to do a reset, right? To really um, take in everything that we've had over the year and have a chance to look at it, reflect on it. What are the things that worked? What are the things that didn't? Who are those that came into our lives and who are those that exited our lives? Um, Maybe we changed jobs or we moved, or maybe there was just an internal adjustment. There was an evolution that we are now, you know, beginning to really understand the full effect of it on our lives. However, we are in a time of really cocooning and cultivating ourselves. And we give thanks for the rest, for the reset. And this is our time to really use that breath work, really use meditation, um, use soft exercises that can be done inside in the warmth. I just ordered this program, 28 days of a somatic challenge, 28 days, different exercises are used to stretch and strengthen the body. Very gentle exercises, but they also are used to open the body to release any type of pent up energy, trauma, anything that's inside of the body that needs to come out. But it's very intentional, it's very gentle to the body. I'll show you something that you can do inside of the warmth of your home. Some even in your on your bed in soft spaces. So I guess you guys get the drift. I'm talking about creating soft, gentle, nurturing space. Ashe?
Okay.
We have the sister rising from a beautiful rest. She's slept and she's refreshed and she's replenished. And that's where we're going in this season. No need to rush. The rain is falling outside here in California. It's cold in California for us. So we get to wear our warm clothes and drink our hot toddies and fill the house with fragrance of the winter. Ashe, anyone want to comment on any of those things in the intro? Please come in now. I know y'all are awake. Nothing? Okay. All right, all right. Well, let's move on. I wanted to go to another space. Oh my goodness. Welcome, Sunny. Sister. Sunny Day is back on the line. Come on in, girl.
Good morning, sis.
Good morning.
Grand Rising, everyone. Grand
Oh,
Rising.
girl,
Rising.
it's good to hear
Good
your
rising.
voice.
It's great to be on voice, kind of low key, and like you were just saying in there, my energy is low, and just making sure that that's okay. So I'm not typically over energetic like my name brand is, but I'm so glad to be here.
Oh my goodness. It's so good to see you in the Matrix, girl.
Ashe,
And
you
yes,
too.
however you arrive, we are welcoming you in.
Ashe,
I
thank you,
say that's
sister.
the first blessing for 2024.
You
Come
know,
on.
I appreciated the unconditional love, and you sent me that link every week.
Yeah.
Um, and so I was like, okay, 2024, here we go.
Ashe. Ashe. Well, it's great
It's
to
so
have you here. Just
great to
sit
be
back
here.
and enjoy and pop in if you choose. We love you.
Ashe, Ashe, love you guys. Thanks so much.
All right. I see Liba is on the line. Look at you, Miss Liba.
Good morning, Queen.
Beautiful photo. Congratulations on all the accolades, everything. I love it.
Give thanks. Give
You've
thanks.
been working
I'm
hard
so
for that.
thankful. So thankful
Yes.
to be here. When my body wakes, I'm here. And my body woke up at 4:34. I was like, okay.
Well, come
So
on in.
thank
Okay.
goodness. Blessings. I'm so thankful to be here with you all.
I love it. I love it. We got Lenore on the phone. Come on in, Lenore. We got Drea. Come on in, Drea. We got Angel. Ashe, I got something special for y'all. Ashe, let me go ahead and make sure that you're on mute. I want to show you this video, and this is what we're talking about. Hold on one second. Share the screen. Here. Oh wait. Okay. It's not gonna do it for us because I don't think I could share my screen. Wait. Doggone it.
We can see your screen, Queen.
Yeah, we can see the screen. We can't hear.
But I can't get the sound on it. Let's see if I can do this one more time. Let me see.
Sis,
Uh-huh.
when you're on that screen where you're sharing your screen,
Uh-huh.
if it's the same version, this has been a long time, but sometimes there used to be down to your left a little check box that says share computer sound.
Okay, I'm on my iPad. That's why I can't do it.
Ashe, I see.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me switch this up 1 second. Hold on. I can't believe I'm actually awake this good, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Anybody want to share their New Year's? What happened with them? How their New Year's was?
Oh, I'll share it this morning. Good morning, sisters. How are you guys? Happy New Year.
Ashe, Ashe.
I am just sharing with gratitude and gratefulness and thankfulness and God's goodness. My second sister has been with us since I think the 17th or 18th of December. And she goes back to LA on tomorrow, but we are just so blessed to have had her here with us, helping in the care of our mother. And it went with three people, it just lightens the load. So we're just grateful for that. But the year ended wonderful. The new year has come in
Uh-huh.
wonderful. And again, we're just thankful for God's goodness and all the blessings of 2023. And I am just looking forward to all of the blessings of 2024 and getting body, mind, and soul and spirit lined up and trying to decide on a juice fast or a vegetable fast of what I'm going to do to replenish and help my body. So I've just been kind of concentrating and focusing on that, along with all of the goodness again of for God's blessings. So Ashe, happy to see all of you on the line and just looking forward, Queen, to 2024 and all of God's blessings. My little grandson got baptized on Saturday, and said he's 17. And I just saw his report card. He had all straight A's. So I am just grateful, a grateful grandma, a grateful mother, a grateful daughter, a grateful sister, a grateful friend. I am just grateful to God for his goodness and his blessings. Ashe, Ashe.
Jay.
Shay.
Okay, can you guys see my screen now? Am I sharing? Okay.
Yeah. Oh no.
Is it
was.
sharing?
It's not sharing.
It's not sharing? Okay, hold on. Okay, what about now?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, cool. Let me, oh man, I gotta go through the whole world to get where I'm trying to get to. Hold on. I really want you guys to see this and to hear this. It touched me. I posted it on my page because I love me some Michael Beckworth. Are you guys familiar with him?
I'm not.
Okay, here he is.
Yeah, I know who he is. He's a Agape Church down in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Gleaned here. In that question is the answer. You're going to turn it around and you're going to say, I am willing to meet this challenge with.
Let me see if I can start it from the beginning.
Wisdom and grace. First of all, you establish an intentionality. The diagnosis is not the prognosis. The medical materia medica is really good at giving a diagnosis. Spiritual medica is good at changing the prognosis that you might get from materia medica. And so what do I mean by that? I want you to fully experience whatever your body is going through, but I want you to eliminate the labels. Have a direct experience. You did not say what this ease is, but I'm sure it's doing something to your body, or else you would not have gone to the doctor in the first place. I want you to embrace it, meaning experience whatever sensations, but take off the label of it. But feel the experience, observe it with an intention to glean the lesson from the experience. Why is this experience here? To teach you. So instead of being in resentment and asking, why is this happening to me? You're entering into with wisdom and grace, and you're saying, what is this trying to show me? But you do it with sincerity. What is this trying to show me? And then you'll begin to cultivate your ability to hear, but with your intuition, the wisdom and the lessons that will become blessings because of this particular experience. How can I meet this unexpected health challenge with wisdom and grace? What is the deeper wisdom that can be gleaned here? In that question is the answer. You're going to turn it around and you're going to say, I am willing to meet this challenge with wisdom and grace. First of all, you establish an intentionality. The diagnosis is.
Okay. Were you guys able to pull that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me get out of there. I just wanted to really get that in there. How the question was, how do I meet a challenge with wisdom and grace? How do I meet a challenge or with wisdom and grace? And he turned it around. And what I was focusing on was feeling the experience, right? There's so many times that we're in situations where we don't even know how we got there, why we got there. We're in a place of, like you said, resentment. Why me? Why is this happening to me? It's so much going on. And we miss the experience that leads to the wisdom. You understand? And when I saw that, I was like, that is right where we are in this time of reflecting. Some of us are going through some things and some of us are not. Some of us are just in this period where we are able to rest and reflect. Some of us are in the heavy throes of a lot and we're trying to figure out what decisions to make, you know, how we're going to stand, what the hell is going on, right? And most of the time when you're in that space of what the hell is going on, you're trying to find a reason why you're in that space, right? You're trying to connect the dots to a reason. And that's just usually what we do in our natural mind. If something goes wrong, we did something wrong, or somebody did something wrong. Something is wrong and there's a culprit somewhere, right? And we spend our time trying to track down the why, or so I say the who, and not experience the why. You understand? And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. In this time that we are resting, reflecting, and resetting, what are some of the things that we're dealing with? What are some of the things that goes on in this period as we're writing? I know for me, I have been having these dreams, and really a lot of stuff has been coming out, a lot of things that were either repressed intentionally or suppressed unintentionally, or some stuff that I'm dealing with that may not even be of my own. I may have picked up some things from other people as an empath. We imbibe a lot of things from other people, and sometimes it's difficult to decipher what's yours and what's someone else's, because a lot of the stuff that's coming up, it's just startling to me. I'm just like, wow, um, what is this, right? And then also there's another possibility that it could be things that I'm working with from past lives, you know, information that needs to be dealt with so that it can be released out of my lineage, right? So in this time, I'm doing a lot of reflecting. I'm waking up with a lot of conversations that I'm having with myself, writing a lot, sitting in silence. Well, the first thing that I really needed to tell myself was, nothing's wrong. You're okay. Because at first I started out, what the hell? You know, I went from what did I eat last night to, you know, what's wrong with me? Why are these images coming into my dreams? Why am I having these feelings? Why am I feeling this anxiety? What's happening? To finally releasing control, going into a surrender position, and just allowing spirit to show me the imagery and let it move right on past me and out of me, instead of trying to judge every little part, tie it to something, but to release that trauma, that drama, that um, that energy out of my body, and try to glean from it what exactly it was that it was trying to tell me. Does anyone else have anything they want to share in this time? Has anything been coming up for you? I know we talked about writing in our journals. We talked about doing some different things. Please come in.
Hey, this is Leba.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for that. I just wanted to come back. The last time that I was here, I spoke of
Mhm.
these the cards and realized I didn't get back to you. I'm not really a big Facebook person, but I did just send it to you. It's
Mhm.
the rest deck. It's about Black women resting. The Nap Ministry Rest Deck, and it's by Trisha um, Hersey. I think her name is pronounced,
Patricia,
but
Patricia Hershey.
Trisha
Mm.
Hersey. Yeah. So I just
I think I got him.
okay,
Mhm.
okay. So I wanted to send you that because I know that the last time I was on here, I had spoke to, all the queens here on the line about it, and then I didn't follow through with that. But it's there, so you could post it on Facebook or whatever for people. But I
Mhm.
do think like
Mhm.
just in thinking about that, like as as sisters, as women, and as Black women, like we're so much in the throes of going, and it's really racism and it's really sexism. So we got it at both ends, and it's so important for us to rest our bodies to be able to rejuvenate. And I think that especially when we're going through a lot and stuff, we need to rest so that we could really, really connect with spirit. But instead, we just go, we just go. And even in our minds, if our mind is just going, we can't really,
Mhm.
we can't really process. We can't really live. We can't really get the messages that is really for us to get when our mind is going 100.
Mhm.
So I think that the key is for us to breathe, look at our breath, our meditation, our relaxation, you know, and knowing, this, I think the real key is that knowing that it too is a blessing, you know,
Mhm.
and that's hard to see when you're in the midst of some thickness or some stuff, like to stop and say, okay, let me give thanks, because the mere fact that I can even talk about it is a blessing, because somebody has don't have that opportunity to have vocal cords, or the mere fact that I can even hear is a blessing. So I think, like, for me, um, if I can really um, rest my body, like I said, meditate, focus on my breathing, and then just really know that, that too is a gift. It's a blessing. There's always a blessing um in it, even like so even like the loss of someone in our lives is like that's a hard one, right? But the
That's a
blessing
hard
in
one.
but the blessing is that I had this being, I had this energy, I had this spirit in my life for however long it was, you know,
Mhm.
like I was able to experience them and their wisdom and their knowledge and their love that they brought, even they drama, whatever it was, I was
Mhm.
able
Mhm.
to experience them, you know I was able they were I was able to be a part of their life, and they were able to be a part of mine. And what a blessing,
Mhm.
you know
Right.
so
Right.
anyway, yeah,
Ashe.
that's
Ashe.
it.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Anyone else want to
I,
chime
I was
in?
gonna chime in.
Last night I got to go to I went to it's called Fly Girl Therapy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And oh my God, I had gone to one before and I missed a couple of them. But this one was in memory of the founder or the original founder of the Fly Girl Therapy. She recently took her own life last month, well, in November. And it took me by it just really shocked me. Because I had just recently met her like this year or earlier in 2023, and we were connecting on all kinds of levels, and she was like this really like all put together, just really put together woman that I was like looking up to, like, okay, my mentor. I had already decided that I'm adopting her as my mentor, and and then just to hear that the pain that she was in, or that she felt that was her option, it just really shook me up. The theme of last night's Fly Girl Therapy was um, self love or self care, and they did a questionnaire asking us about how we take care of ourselves or how we see ourselves, and it made me think about just being more conscious of me, and I just didn't realize how neglectful I'm being to myself in a lot of ways. And so that's something that I'm going to focus on is being more in tune with me and what I need and want, and just kind of recognizing when, like you said, when we need. I think one of the ladies was mentioning the nap ministry. She also mentioned that last night. So this is like the second or third time I've heard that. So I'm really going to tune into that, because it must be meant for me to get on board with that, because that's like the third time I've heard it within the last few months. And I do suffer from lack of rest and sleep and being still at times. So I think that would be helpful for me to engage in that type of self-care and self-love, just sitting still and doing nothing and resting.
Ashe. Thank you for that. And yes, those cards are awesome. Thank you, Lebo, for introducing us to those cards. I did purchase a set for myself off of Amazon, and I put a link, I put a picture, I tried to put the picture in the chat. So I don't know if you guys can see it if you click on it or not, but I did try to put it there. But it's definitely right in line with the season that we're in right now. I wanted to read something, and if there's anyone else that wants to continue to comment, please feel free to. But let me read this comment that I made along with the video that I posted. I said, during this natural season for rest and digest can be physical and it can be mental and it can be emotional, just digesting the information that we've received and what's actually at our disposal right now. This word is perfect, as many are willfully joining the socialized rat race of New Year's resolutions and forcing spring changes, kind of like forcing flowers to bloom in winter when they naturally come out in the spring. I am burrowing in my warm spaces, drawing as many nutrients and wisdom, as much wisdom as I can, as I evolve into the next version of myself. I'm writing, breathing, reflecting, and accepting the lessons and the blessings lessons of 2023. We made it. If you really look at the natural cycles of life and take our cues from nature, non domesticated animals, and the rhythm of our own bodies, we can fully capitalize on our human experience. This is our opportunity for a full reset and restoration. We can reset our nervous system, fully utilize our elimination system, and evaluate and adjust our mental state and spiritual connection. I said, I love Michael Beckwith because he demystifies the way we can experience this life. So all of this is good. And when I say utilize our elimination, this is the time when I was a young kid that my mother would give us something that would clean out our whole digestive tract. I don't know if you guys are aware of something called 666.
Oh,
It was,
yeah.
oh my God.
Oh, my God.
Exactly. Talking about,
And
and
not to mention the castor oil and the cod liver oil
Yeah,
every month.
yeah,
yes,
All right.
all of that that
That's
went in.
666.
yeah.
They
That's
say
all
knock
I
anything out you.
It was,
Mm.
I remember she gave us that stuff and we
Oh,
thought
my
she
God.
was just, we didn't know what the hell was going on
That
with
was
our
like
mother. We thought,
torture.
why would you do this to us, right? But let me tell you, it cleaned out our whole system. Whatever gunk was in there, it cleaned us out. And then we ate healthy, hearty food that gave us nutrients to our body. Um, we drank soup. We, um, it was just a time of rebuilding. It's kind of like tilling the soil. You know how after you have your harvest, you have to go in and you have to matriculate that soil and get it ready for the next time of planting, right? Or no, that's not correct. You go in and you continue to give it nutrients because what is going to come up in the spring, Ashe. Thank you. But either way, this is the time to allow our bodies to get that full cleanse. So if you're doing any type of fruit cleanse or any type of juice cleanse or anything like that, this is a good time to continue to do that so that your body is really cycling through everything in this time of rest. And you're in, you don't have to go out and do nothing. You're just in cultivating your body. But that's where we are, cultivating our mind, going in and getting out, really honing in on our spiritual connection, really in dialogue with spirit. What is it that you would have me to do? How do I fine tune my stance and my purpose? How do I stand or hold space in areas that are out of my control so that I am most effective, that I am balanced and in harmony with myself, and I'm not bringing more erratic energy. This is that time to really sit in community with your higher self and your entourage and really get grounded in what it is that you're going to do. And that is that time of rest, reflecting, and reset. So I'll take a couple of more ladies if you want to share. And then we'll go into our prayer. Anyone else have anything they want to share?
I can chime in a little bit, sis.
All right.
I just want to express gratitude for being here in this space with y'all. It's really amazing just to come here and just be present and feel everyone's energy and also the words and stuff that you've done as hosts, Adashina. And those shares of each sister has been powerful, just reminders and the themes and just, reflections from y'all. So thank you. I'm so glad I showed up.
Mhm.
And I also just wanted to add the first sister sharing about loss. I'm in year 3 of losing a beloved. That was very hard for me. And year 3 is a special kind of grief. You know, it's not year 1 where you're counting the last time I did this, the last time we did that. It's not year 2 where you're reflecting, but year 3 is very interesting and struggling. So I appreciated the words that you gave and just the sense that I was trying to tell myself that the beauty was that our paths cross in that moment, and thinking about Buddhism and how they say the roots of suffering is holding on to the past. So it's me just really throwing a tantrum because God decided time was up when as you said, the focus should be on wow, we interacted, we incarnated at the same time and had this wonderful experience. So thank you for that. And also the sister sharing about suicide as someone who struggles emotionally with CPTSD and all the depression and being a suicidal youngster, a suicidal survivor. Um, I always get shook when I see very amazing people like Regina King's son, or like that beautiful one African American sister who won Miss USA and she jumped out of
Mhm.
something. And so
Mhm.
what I realized and what's scary is like Alcoholics Anonymous, like any moment, when you suffer, at any moment I could lose control. It's about having someone to call, about having a breath to go to, sit down and breathe, about grabbing a scripture, about doing anything. Because what's so scary for me is that, and why these instances shake me, is that I feel like I'm like alcoholics. I'm never over this. I'm never over the idea of suicide. It's always something that I can go to, and I have to be careful and ever vigilant because one moment I'm alone in a hotel, or one moment something happens and no one's around. I don't reach out or I do something. Is that's what the reality can be for me. So thank you for sharing that. And I too get shook, especially because as you were saying, African American women, we get all put up and we're amazing and we do all these things and we look well put together, but we're not. So that just
Mhm.
reminds me of those times when I look really well on the outside, but I'm really falling apart. And so
Mhm.
thank you for just lifting up that that's something that we all share. We can all monitor and help each other. So that's just all I wanted to say. I've just been really blessed by being here and being present and just really confirms for me just showing up is half the battle because you see I wasn't planning to talk and now I feel complete. So thank you so much, sisters.
Ah,
Ashe.
Okay. Yes.
beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for the share. Thank you for your share, Drea, and thank you also,
Shay.
Mr. Leba. Thank you for that. And that kind of leads into our day of Ujima this year. The theme for our celebration of Ujima, collective work and responsibility, was checking on your strong friend. And that was the topic of discussion during our Kwanzaa night of Ujima. So many of us put on the facade, we put on the mask, parade, and we present one way. And because we were the first one there and the last one to leave, and we're always there to lend a helping hand, and we always have the answer, and we're creating it, and it appears that all of our ducks in a row, and sometimes those in our community neglect to see that we are still human and that we are going through very human experiences in a in duality, right?
Mm.
We can function, we can do all types of things. We all do that. We all play this dual role of who we present as and those things that are going on in our personal experience of life. And so it was impressed, upon my heart to use that day to bring it very personal. Ujima's collective work and responsibility, the um, the Mbuza Saba principle says um, to make our brothers and sisters' problems our own and to solve them together, right? To solve them together, to come together and do it. Not It has never been in our way as a people, culturally, creatively, spiritually, to do things in isolated ways, to be isolated from one another. It was always a group dynamic. The tribe was very concerned about being whole. Every person was an integral part of it. And so, as a people, that's where our strength is. And even if it's as simple as writing a note to someone, making that personal connection in this time where everything is so, computerized, digital, everything is social media, we'll quickly send out a quick, hey, how you doing on social media? But to go back and write a personalized note and mail it to someone, to take that time to make a phone call and to actually leave a message if you don't get that person. Because most of the time we don't even leave messages. We just say, oh, I'll call them back. But to have that personal connection of doing something, taking a walk together, cooking a meal together, just sitting in silence, going out in nature together. We must make time for one another. But the major thing is we must support those who are taking the first, who are on the front line, right? Those who have made themselves vulnerable by being so big. They need support. They need a time to rest. Going back to that, they need a time to stop. So are y'all following me with this? We got to check in on our strong friends. Right. And no, we can't stop everything. We can't control everything, but we can do what's in our power to spend the time to extend the hand in the areas that we can. Shay?
Ashe.
Ashe. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Come on in, Sonny.
Oh, I just wanted to say thank you for that. And I wanted to offer, I was just talking to someone and focusing on like African spirituality and how that's really showing up for me. As African American, like having more African friends than I've ever had from various countries is really powerful. And feeling like my visit to finally leave this country and go there is happening this year. But a term that I learned was Ubuntu. I don't know if you've heard it. So that's what your story reminded me of. And how I learned of it is a beautiful story where these European people were looking at these African children and talking to them. They had a basket of fruit and they put it at the end. And I don't know if y'all know this story. It's like, okay, maybe 10 to 15 of them, 8 to 10 years old. You guys, the first one who gets there can have all this fruit. And so they watched the kids with amazement when they all joined hands and ran together. And they finished first, all of them. And they sat there eating the fruit together under the tree. And of course, as you were saying, it's typical for us. But the Europeans were amazed by this behavior because it's not Western behavior. And they were like, well, you could have had it all. Why didn't you go first? What up? And one of them laughed and said, what joy do I have eating and watching my brothers and sisters not have it? Like the joy is all of us. So Ubuntu. So give thanks. That's what was coming up for me when you shared about Ujima.
Ashe.
Ashe.
That is so funny. I just got a book. Denise and I were at a pop-up Monday for Imani, and I purchased this book, Umoja, Unity, and it had something in there about Ubuntu. Yes.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
See how Spirit has us just
There's only one life. I am because we are.
Yes.
All right.
It reminded me when I was in Africa and there was 3 boys there. I don't know, they may have been about 10, 11, and 9, somewhere up in there. But they had an apple and one of the boys took a bite of the apple and passed it to the other boy, and he took a bite of the apple, and they just kept passing this apple around, and I was like in awe. It was so beautiful to see how they just shared this apple among the three of them.
Mm.
You know,
Hey,
yeah,
powerful. Give thanks.
yeah,
And that's a mindset, and that's what I want us to really, really digest. That that's a mindset, that's a pattern,
Yeah.
that's a habit that's been cultivated, and then just like we have those negative things that have been cultivated in us, and those generational things that have come down the line that are painful that we usually focus on. We also have some very beautiful traditions and habits and patterns and mindset as well that we need to value and to begin to put in the forefront. Um, I was talking to Fiani, a beautiful woman that I love in our community that works so hard, and she's really into um, the restoration of people through those who are being, what do you call it, reintroduced out of incarceration into our community, coming back home, being reconnected with their family. And we were talking about a lot of the work that is done is around resources and re-educating, all those things that um, are wonderful and necessary. However, they can become, they're not as useful if your mind and your heart are not in a space to receive them, right? So if we're not dealing with the heart of the man, the mind of the man, the spirit of the man, you could throw material things at them all day and they will not be able to access the worth of them, right? What use is am I to put you in a pay your rent for a year, but I haven't dealt with the trauma and the anxiety that you now have because you're riddled with fear and guilt and shame and feeling insecure, and all of those um, things are heavily pressed on your mind. I haven't given you an opportunity to release the pressure that's inside of you that has built up as you had to create all these versions of yourself to survive in that environment. I just transplant you from out of that into this space. So you're still functioning the same way. And so we talked about that, and we talked about doing breath work with those people who are reentering, and the families of the people who are reentering, or the families of those people who are still behind the wall, who are trying to cope with, again, shame, guilt, feelings of isolation, um, trying to connect the dots of where they feel like they should have controlled the narrative or whatever is plaguing them. So it is so important for us as a people to, in this time of reflection, to go in and really um, fine tune ourselves, allow ourselves to hear what Spirit is downloading in this time, to really focus on how we are being pruned and how we are being, how we're evolving to meet the need. Excuse me, to meet the need first in our own lives, and then that transcends outside of ourselves. But with that, I'd like to just put us bring our minds to that space as we take a deep breath in through our nose. Excuse me. And prepare our minds and our hearts to go into prayer and meditation. Finding ourselves a comfortable position. Inviting the breath deep within our bodies. Expanding ourselves. Just allowing ourselves to feel the energy of spirit in us, around us, through us. With each breath, inhaling and exhaling, allowing ourselves to just fall deeper into the safety of spirit. Just expanding our bodies, opening our rib cage, just letting the breath fill us up and then releasing it. Giving thanks this morning, Mother, Father, God, the energy, the source of love and light that surrounds all of us, that is all of us, that connects us into the all. Thank you so much for all the information that you have so readily available for us, for our ability just to experience this life. That is the blessing, the time that we have in these bodies, the assignment that we have to use our senses, to use our intellect, to allow our emotions to navigate us through. We're so thankful. Thankful for this time of rejuvenation, to slow down, to slowly and methodically lay our cards on the table and allow you to shuffle them around, to give us a new perspective as you draw those things out of us that are embedded so deeply for us to acknowledge. You encourage us that we now have the ability, the strength, the aptitude to deal with some things that have been suppressed for so long. We have been dealing with those things that we could consciously maneuver. We have been purging, and we have been going through and holding them up to the light and making our judgments about them and releasing them. And we've been doing all that in the conscious world, in our own volition. But now you're taking us deeper into those subconscious places that only spirit can decipher. And we're so thankful as we are giving the control over to spirit. And we're just sitting and watching as things are coming up. And we're not judging them. We're just allowing them to be released and gleaning from them the wisdom of the experience. Breathing in through your nose and releasing in through your nose and releasing. Cascading a little deeper into the psyche, just allowing that gentle energy to let those experiences bubble up, bubble up. Memories, feelings, visions. Allow yourself to be a spectator. Twenty 2023. It brought so many things. Some painful, some beautiful. Some was chaos. Some was sweet and harmonious. Gratitude was always our anchor. Finding places to give thanks, even in those difficult, challenging spaces. Gratitude brought us back to center every time. In divine time. Practices were formed in our lives. Breathing, writing, reflecting, taking a pause, speaking our truth, being very, very intentional and conscious of the words we chose in our spelling to create and to build. We took control over those words that we used to destroy and to divide, to inflict pain. We became selective over the company that we kept, over those that we had to lovingly release, and those that we were vulnerable with to receive. We forgave ourselves. We forgave others. We began to cherish and love and adore ourselves in spite of whatever that critical voice inside of our head was trying to tell us. We began to transmute that energy. And we began to realize the beautiful, purposeful, necessary creations we are. We extended love as we finally began to love ourselves completely and wholly. Continue the rhythmic breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. We held space for ourselves. We sat in sacred silence. We allowed our cup to be filled. We gave from the overflow. We opened our hearts and we cried out when the pain was so extreme. And we knew that our cries were heard and that we were not alone. We created a sisterhood and we felt safe. All of this is cultivated in 2023. And here we are. Allowing Spirit to bathe us in warm waters, to shine on us with the rays, the healing rays of the sun, to plant our feet in fertile ground, to allow us to grow stronger roots deeper in the soil. Ears to hear, our minds and our hearts to receive. Okay. We're thankful to have moved into the knowing. And to function in such a way that we are moving steady and allowing ourselves to experience fullness. And Father God, we just extend love out to those who are in the struggle. Oh Lord, blanket them, soothe them, give them peace in times of chaos. Peace in the knowing that they're being cultivated, that all things are temporal, nothing lasts forever, that our time is not your time, and that your time is divine, that everything we need, everything that we can imagine is available to us in the knowing. That those who have made choices that are out of our understanding, that you are in the midst, that we are never, ever alone. The breath, that the spirit, that the energy that is in us is you and only you. And that we are the experience. in this body. Keep bringing up those memories, Lord. Keep bringing up those things that we need to release, that have been pushed down so far. Begin to connect the dots and give us that imagery so that we can release it and let it go. Clearing up space for new experiences and new possibilities for us to step into. Spirit never dies. Energy never dies. Death means of communicating to our human minds just an abrupt change, transformation. Endings are beginning. We can release and allow new knowing, new understanding, new enlightenment. I give thanks to those who are on the other side of the bed, who are very much so alive and very much so present. I give thanks for the experience, the opportunity to know them in this way. And I pray for more knowledge and understanding on building full relations with them in their new form. And again, our anchor is in gratitude. And giving thanks. Breathe in through our nose, drawing that information in deep and then releasing. And as we just close out the space, giving thanks again for the downloads this morning. Our first Wednesday morning, 2024. Giving thanks for what's on the horizon. Giving thanks for the positioning of our hearts and of our feet. Giving thanks for sisterhood. Giving thanks for community. Giving thanks for healing and wholeness. Giving thanks for the passion for life. The zeal for learning and experiencing. Giving thanks for wisdom. Giving thanks for all that will be laid in our path, all the nuggets, all the love, all the experiences that will continue to prune us and make us. Giving thanks for the beautiful creation that will spring forth in the spring. Beautiful with new colors. Beautiful with new nuances that we can't even imagine, new sensories, new ways, new habits, new patterns. Grace, love, mercy, hope, peace, joy, endurance, resilience, groundedness. Oh, each sister on this call, I give thanks as you pour into us. You pour into us life. You pour into us love. You pour into us hope. You take that fear that is very real and you show us ourselves, and then you come in and you quell that. You quench it and you transmute it, and you give us a word just at the right time. You give us hope just at the right time. You give us courage just at the right time. Out of our control. You pull it from the depths of our soul. You show us who we are and whose we are. And we move from the wanting, the needing, the lacking, into the knowing, into the being. Daily, we transform. And with this, I say, Ashe,
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 and Ashe.
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 Give thanks. Give thanks.
Yeah, thank-
Right. Does anybody want to express anything? Come into the space right now is the right time. Come on, Andrea.
I just want to, thank you, ladies, for being here on this end. I've been, really always looking forward to the wins at 4:30. I just, I've really been just very grateful that I have this space to, like you said, reset and share and absorb the energy that is here that transcends even through this electronic device. I can feel all of you, and it's very much comforting to me, and it's helping me through a lot of things. So thank you guys.
Thank you, sis. Anyone else before we close the space?
I just have to, this is Denise, and I just want to thank you this morning. This is so right on time for me. It's just I love the doctor that spoke, putting a different spin on why you're going through what you're going through, to look at it differently. Like, what do I have to learn? Just the energy, the pearls of wisdom is just so needed. And I mean, 2024, I didn't make resolutions. Someone asked me, well, what are you focusing on? I'm focusing on me, and just to be a better version of me, and to just delve deeper into just being more gentle, more kind to myself. And this is just right on time. And I thank you, sisters, for sharing. And it just really hit home.
Ashe.
Anyone else before we close? Come on in, Leva.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much, Queen. Truly appreciate you and everyone that was on here. I was very relaxing for my mind, body, soul, and spirit. I was just thinking about Fly Girl therapy. And, quite honestly, I feel like suicide is put on so many of us, and that's not actually what happened. So just in my mind, body and soul and spirit, doesn't feel right that she committed suicide. I'm just feeling like it was something else. Of course, um, well, I won't say we'll never know because truth does come out, even if it's sometimes 40 years later. But so many of our leaders are taken, and then it's put on suicide or these other things when in actuality, just um, they're taken from the planet because of the power, the love, the energy that they possess. So I was just really thinking about that. Even, Don Cornelius and, yeah. So anyway, my mind just kind of went there. Um, but I'm always abundantly grateful when my spirit wakes me and I'm here to participate and be a part of community with you, Adeshina. I absolutely love you and admire the work that you do and just want to send you love and light and say continue. You are so on the right path of life that your ancestors, I know that your ancestors are just rejoicing. And we're all rejoicing for the obedience of your spirit. And I'm thankful to all the queens that's on here. Thank you for being a part of my light today.
Shay,
Ashe.
I see your heart there, Lenore. You know you in a special place with me, Lenore. I love you to the moon. We're surrounding you. We're loving you through this time. We got you. We got you. And
So so
don't
grateful.
hesitate to reach out, please. If there's anything that we can do, holding space and supporting you in our prayers and energy is good. But if there's something that you need from us, you just need some time, one-on-one time, let me know. Okay.
I will. Thank you so much. I'm, you know what? I'm already feeling that I'm on the downhill side of this mountain that I've been climbing. So I just want to thank you guys for the space that you've held for me so far. I appreciate you. And I just want to wish all of you guys a prosperous and peaceful new year.
Ashe. Thank you. You too.
Mr. Dharma, we haven't heard your beautiful voice this morning. Come on.
Well,
Well,
I've been resting, and past week or so, and my energy really feels low, melancholy, transforming, and resetting. So getting back into action feels melancholy, sad. So I'm just feeling my own body.
okay. We got you. You're a little low, but we heard a little bit. We felt
Oh, my God, love.
you're getting back in action and you felt the love.
Yeah, not much about it, but I'm thankful, grateful for it, just to really be alive and be able to experience life. It makes sense of it.
We love you to the moon. Anyone else? Larita, I see that you're unmuted. Would you like to speak? No? All right. Miss Sherry, you've been quiet. I love you to the moon. And so grateful that you came in.
Thank you. I just wanted to say I'm so glad that 2023 is over, and I sit in reflection of everything that was said and mentioned today and look forward to shining in 2024.
Shay. Shay. And Sunny, again, it's so beautiful to hear your voice. Your voice is so soothing. And I'm just so grateful that you came across my mind several times over the year of 2023. And I just wanted you to know that you were never out of our thoughts. And I'm so grateful that you're here today.
Ashe, give thanks. I received that, sister. It was so amazing. just to receive that invite every week, that's unconditional love, and that's what that felt for me. So that was really great to receive that, because I've received a lot of conditional love, and I'm training myself to just be me. And so unconditional love really supports that. People who love you anyway. And I also want to lift up you for not just speaking and saying these things on your call, but really doing that. A few weeks ago, maybe November, when you reached out, just because you felt me in your spirit, that was really a tough time for me. You, a little sister of my best friend, reached out, and my cousin, and I felt like, look at those three people that Most High sent for me on this day. So even though I didn't get back to you, and that doesn't, people's response doesn't matter. It's that you do what's in your heart, because that mattered and changed me. So now I want to thank you for that call and for the invite. And it was great to be here, and each one of the sisters this morning. Your energy, whether you spoke or not, was amazing for me, and feeling it. And Denise, of course, good to see you again. I felt like it was so brief in 2022 that we reconnected after all that decade, but to really go through on 24 to see each other again. So thank you all so much, and I'm so blessed, grateful, and filled with joy from this start to my day. And I look forward to next week. Give
Ashe.
thanks.
Awesome. Ashe.
All right. So we're gonna close the space. Let me go ahead and give thanks. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.